Yes. They'll take it away, too. I've lost it a couple of times.
Really?
Speaking of losing it, here we are. We're back on Facebook. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Connor Burke joining me. I don't know what happened to Jay Peckham. I hope he's all right. It's not like him to turn down being in front of a camera.
Yeah, I hope he's around.
Yeah.
You'll have to let him know if he is all right.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He probably just forgot all about me and said, let's see if Burrows can do it on his own.
That happens, right?
It does. Hi. You're a little closer to it. I just get the Jumbotron version, but it seemed like they were playing really hard. They really worked hard to get that third goal in that second period. There were a lot of chances, is it Bowman for Brampton?
Yes.
It's a great goalie.
Yeah, no, he's unbelievable.
And he's really, there was that one that he caught it quite between his knees there.
But it did end up sneaking in, so I think it might have been an early whistle by the refs because it didn't look like Allen was very happy about it. So
yeah, but didn't call for a review.
No, so I think they explained to him that once the whistle goes, the play's dead, and it was an early whistle. I don't think they have any other explanation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you can reverse a whistle.
Well, I kind of wondered because the crowd, you can typically tell by the crowd response. It was like
it was all this side. It was all this side because everybody saw it go in from that angle. Nobody else could see. I couldn't see it go in. I just saw him pinch his legs together and ended up slipping through. So yeah, I think they might have been a bit frustrated about that and came back hard and replaced the goal. So.
Well, and they worked several times. They really had to earn that goal because there were so many more close times. They had the formation. They had the passing down. Speaking of the passing, I think that the passing of the Sarnia Sting has really improved as far as accuracy and receiving the pass when it comes their way.
I agree. It shows in the shots, too. They're 30 shots by the end of the second period. Usually you don't get that at the end of the third, so super exciting to see. And add another 10, 40 shots in a game is it's hard to beat teams when you can put that many shots on net, and it's really nice to see. And congratulations to Chase Gaughan on his first OHL goal. A beautiful
one.
Like that. A little slippery, but it went in.
Yeah, that's that thing where you're like, oh, we're 14 weeks in, and I haven't got my goal yet. So now I suspect we might see him at post-game press conference wearing the money jacket.
That was Evan Millette.
Oh, where? Right there?
I believe, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Looked over and gave us a nod.
Right on. See, they do
Hope
watch.
He's all right, yeah.
They do watch. I've talked to a few of them. They're like, oh, yeah, we watch. It's like, okay. No, we're not saying
Watch what you say, Dave.
I know, right? That Evan Millette, No, you would recognize them more than I would. If they don't have the jersey on, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's got facial recognition technology.
Built right into you there.
Yep.
Awesome. But they did work hard enough to get another goal. But, Brampton's hungry, Connor. We got to give them credit where it is. We talked about their goalie, and they're pressing really hard as well. They really haven't, that vertical pedal on the right, they have not let off on that one bit.
No, and they're hitting and they're fighting in the corners, and despite how the shots look, but they're definitely not laying down. They're giving it their all, and I think they're going to come out hard in the third. So just got to watch out for that because they've been known to take their foot off the pedal in the third period sometimes, and it's the most important 20 minutes of a hockey game.
I agree.
I would say.
I agree.
So
and Sting know that too, right? They're both of these teams are hungry, but for different reasons. Sting have gotten back on track with the win from Wednesday. Brampton, if they lose again, they're really down, like 6 in a row or something like that.
It'll be 5 now, just like we were.
Now.
So.
Okay, so
yeah, in the same position where you're just bummed out about everything. The fans are bummed out. The few they have, not a shot at them, but
yeah, no, they're smaller arena, right?
Well, they're not filling out either. That's why they're moved from Mississauga to Brampton. It's like I said earlier, it's kind of a bummer to be a part of a team that doesn't have a permanent home and can't fill their own home. It's frustrating for the players for sure. So got to feel for them.
Yeah, and you say to yourself, I'm sure as a young man, you go, am I in the right place? I think a lot of the players, that's what they think about. Of course, when they're on the team, they're on the team, but they're also selfishly looking at their own career and going, like I always say, am I in the right room? Mm-hmm. How key important is that?
Who do you surround yourself with, right? Like who?
Right?
Gonna make your break it.
You're listening, young grasshopper.
Yeah, well, right.
No, but it is true, right? It creates a vibe, a mindset. And, like you talk about like the players needing to get along with each other, at least on the ice, and personality conflicts come along. It goes for coaching as well. Can the coach connect with the players? Can the coaches align themselves to the point of understanding a young 17, 16, 18-year-old, 20-year-old in there, and then relying on which ones to be the young players that also lead the way for the rookies on the team.
Yeah, like even between their own personal coaching staff, like you bring in a new coach like Mason Baptiste, and you wonder is he gelling with the room? Like they're all grown men, right? We can figure it out, but people get in arguments every day. Like
they do?
No, not at all. I've never argued in my life.
Right.
Actually,
he's argued with me for crying out loud. Yeah, but that makes a difference. The vibe.
Yeah, it's huge, and you start to wonder maybe if the message runs dry sometimes and it isn't sticking with your audience, and it's just all a part of the game. It's business too. We love Alan. He's been a part of this organization. Love the whole coaching staff, but if you do, this is a swing. It's like a swing state here. If you go one way, everything's great, and if you go the other way, everyone hates you. So it's.
Well, let's talk about that briefly for a moment, because if you look around or you're listening to other players or not players, sorry, other fans, whatever, you can feel. Some people are saying, move on from Alan Letang. And I don't agree with that. I think, and I'm not just saying that. I've had conversations with him over the years here and there. I think he's a philosophical man. I think his heart is in it, and he's working hard, as does the rest of the coaching staff. And I think he's got a great coaching staff. There's just a few key elements that are missing that, I'm sure he knows and the coaching staff knows have to be implemented. That's why we have sports shows. We could talk about it all day long. Do you have all the right tools in place? Do you have that alignment, that gel, so to speak? And then there's that blame game that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and you got to wonder what like a new management, new ownership group kind of thinks. Like you want to come in and make a statement and maybe clean house sometimes. Like you don't want to do it right away.
I did a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah. You don't want to do the full thing right away, but you want to put your own stamp on the team, and you wonder. He's been here for a while, and you can see the fans get a little upset. Obviously, you read anything online, or
Connor Burke included.
You ask, certainly not me, but no, but yeah, he's a great coach, but you wonder sometimes if it comes down to a money decision where they start to look at it like we're losing business because of fans being upset.
Well, and we always talk about the players having the pressure on them. The coaches have the pressure, especially the head coach. And I said to Al, as of a couple of weeks ago, I said, "How you doing?" "I'm all right."
Yeah.
They're people too. They're feeling the pressure from the fans, from the hockey club, from the all around, right? But I do know there's a lot of family support around these coaches as well, because this is their life. This is what they've lived. You talk about Al Letang, like professional hockey on 3 different NHL teams, and then 8 European Hockey League, right? And stuff. So like this has been life for Al Letang and many that are sitting on that bench.
Yeah, it's a tough part of life too. I can't imagine how much that weighs on your personal life. You go home and it's something. You're taking it home because you're reading it everywhere. Your kids are probably talking about it a little bit too because they're fans of the team. Right?
100%.
So
and fans of Dad, right?
Yeah, of course. So they only want to see good from him, and it gets so stressful. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Well, the stress is still on for another 20 minutes when the Sarnia Sting come back out here for another 20 minutes of hockey, 3-2, and shots on goal, pretty impressive right now. I think you said like 30 shots on goal, right? So, but Brampton just as hungry, I think, as the Sting, and both of these teams are going to really battle it out coming the third period. Shout out to Hughes Intelligence for their support, along with Joe's Discount Tire. And Connor Burke, thank you so much for being here,
as
always, my friend. And all of you for watching. We'll have post-game press conference coming up at the end of tonight's game. Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, I'm David Burrows.